Okay, let's go over the bell work. Remember, with solving literal equations, you always want to isolate whatever the given variable or symbol you're being asked to isolate, and we do that by inverse operations on both sides. So for number one, we are trying to solve for pi. In solving for pi, we need to first realize and recognize what is being done to pi so we can undo it. Well, when you see a fraction bar, you need to, in your mind, remember that this can be also written as a equals, look at this here, 1 times pi times radius squared all over 2. Why is that even necessary? Well, I'm hoping that you can see when you write it like this that the number 2 is the number that's dividing everything. So to undo it, we would multiply. Multiplying by 2 cancels it out. And then multiplying by 2 on this side gives me 2a. All right, so my 2a is going to equal 1 pi r squared. If I want to get pi by itself, then the thing that's over there with it has to get gone. Since they're touching, I know that means they're multiplying, which means I'm going to have to divide to get rid of it. So my answer becomes pi is equal to 2 times a divided by r squared. Number 2 says we are solving for n. So looking at n, we see that there is another term over here that needs to get gone. This 4m needs to come over there on that side. So to do that, I'm going to subtract it. When I bring it over here and subtract it, though, it is not a like term with this 1, so I cannot put them together. All right? I'm going to have to write it as 1 minus 4m. I cannot combine them. But on this side, I need to notice that this symbol here, this sign, goes with the n. So I have to bring it down. And there is an invisible 1 with that, which means I'm not done. I have to divide everything by -1. That is what's going to isolate the n. Now my n is going to equal -1 plus 4m. All right. The next one, number 3, we're isolating the variable x. All right, so before I want to fool with the y or anything else, I need to get rid of this fraction bar. And to get rid of the fraction bar, do the opposite of dividing, which is multiplying. I'm going to multiply both sides by the bottom. So I'm going to come over here and put 2z, multiply by 2z here, multiply by 2z here. That gives me the right to cancel it out. And then I'm going to simply bring down my x minus y, which will be equal to this here, which is 3 times 2, 6z. Now I want to get the x by itself, so that means I have to move this over here. Only way I can do that is by saying plus y. And now my x is going to equal 6z plus y. All right, my last problem, we are solving for b. So again, I get rid of my fraction by multiplying. Whatever number's on the bottom, we can always get rid of it by multiplying it. This is going to give me 36a equals 12 2a plus 3b. To get the b by itself, I want to move this over here. The only way I can do that is by subtracting it. So I say minus 12a on both sides. That's going to give me 24a equals 3b. Well, I don't want my final answer to be 3b, so let's come over here. I want it to just be b, which means I need to get rid of the 3. If the 3 is multiplying it, then I'm going to have to divide it to get rid of it. 24 is divided by 3 8 times. So 24 divided by 3 is 8, and I bring down the a.